Ready to strengthen your reading comprehension? Take a listen.
Let's be real, navigating the world of credit, debt, and banking can sometimes feel like you're going up against giants. But what if I told you there's a whole set of powerful laws out there designed specifically to have your back? Well, today, we're going to open up that very toolkit.
You know the feeling, right? Maybe you find a, $500 charge on your credit report from some store you've never even heard of. You know it's wrong, but the thought of getting it fixed just feels like this impossible uphill battle. Well, that feeling of powerlessness, that's exactly what we're here to talk about and change. Because the thing is, you actually do have power, and it's literally written into federal law. So I want you to think of these three key laws we're about to discuss, the FCRA, the FDCPA, and UDAAP, as your own personal set of tools. Each one is designed for a very specific job, and when you put them all together, they form a complete financial protection toolkit. So let's get started and open it up. Okay, our first tool is all about the information itself. This is your accuracy shield, and its official name is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA for short. Its entire job, its whole purpose, is to make sure the story that your credit report tells about you is both fair and, most importantly, accurate. Right, so when you're faced with that bogus $500 charge, this law is your first line of defense. The idea behind it is actually pretty simple. Congress realized that our entire financial system really depends on accurate credit reporting. So the FCRA basically establishes the rules of the road for how your financial data gets collected, shared, and used. And what's really fascinating here is how this breaks down the whole system. You've got three main players in this game. First, you have the CRAs, the consumer reporting agencies, the big credit bureaus. Their main job is to conduct a reasonable investigation when you dispute something. Then you have the furnishers. Think of the bank or the store that reported that bad charge in the first place. They have a legal duty to report accurate info. And finally, you have the users, like a potential employer or an insurance company, who can only pull your report for a legitimate, permissible reason. So here's the most important part. What does this tool actually let you do? Well, the FCRA gives you the right to dispute that $500 error directly with the credit bureau. And if a company denies you credit because of something on your report, they have to tell you why. And get this, if these players don't follow the rules and fix the mistake, you have the right to sue them.
All right, let's grab our second tool and see how this all builds on each other. Imagine that incorrect $500 debt gets sold off to a collection agency, and now suddenly your phone is just ringing off the hook. This is exactly where your harassment blocker comes in, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act.
Now, this is a really critical distinction to make. The FDCPA isn't about fixing the data anymore, it's all about regulating behavior. It sets up this strict rule book for third-party debt collectors, telling them exactly how they can, and more importantly, how they cannot behave when they're trying to collect a debt from you.
And this chart just lays it out so clearly. On one side, what they absolutely can't do. That collector can't call you 10 times a day to harass you. They can't lie and say you owe $1,000 when it's $500. They can't threaten to sue you if they have no real intention of doing it. But on the other side, they have to be truthful, they have to identify themselves as a debt collector, and they have to give you key info about the debt. It's a clear set of boundaries. And don't think for a second these rules are just suggestions. No, they have real teeth. For violations, the FDCPA allows for statutory damages of up to $1,000 per lawsuit. That's on top of any actual damages you might have suffered. It sends a really clear signal that this kind of abusive behavior isn't just wrong, it's going to be costly for them. Okay, on to our final tool. And this one is the broadest of them all. I want you to think of it like a massive safety net, an umbrella that catches all sorts of bad behavior that the other more specific laws might miss. This is UDAAP, your unfairness umbrella.
UDAAP is a big one. So let's say the company that made the error in the first place intentionally buried the dispute form on their website, making it impossible to find. Or maybe that debt collector used a bunch of confusing legal jargon to try and trick you into paying that bogus $500. UDAAP is this powerful catch-all tool to police that kind of general misconduct.
So what do these words actually mean in plain English? The law breaks it down for us. A practice is unfair if it causes you real harm that you couldn't reasonably avoid. It's deceptive if it's likely to mislead a normal person. And it's abusive if it takes unreasonable advantage of your trust or, your lack of understanding about the situation. It's basically designed to protect you from all kinds of tricks and traps.
Okay, so we've got these three really powerful tools. But here's the thing. They don't just work in isolation. Their real strength, their magic, comes from how they all work together, creating this incredible layered defense for you, the consumer.
So just think of it like this. Layer 1 is the FCRA shield, which protects the integrity of your information. It lets you fix that $500 error. Layer 2 is the FDCPA blocker, which regulates the behavior of anyone trying to collect on that debt. And then, over the top of everything, you've got the UDAAP umbrella, which acts as the ultimate safety net, catching any other unfair or sneaky practices that might fall through the cracks. It's a truly comprehensive system, designed to protect you from every angle.
And believe it or not, it doesn't even stop there. What's so crucial to understand is that these federal laws are often the floor, not the ceiling. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau itself says that states have a ton of power to pass even stronger laws, which means you might have even more protection depending on where you live.
So you see, you're not powerless anymore. Not by a long shot. You've got an accuracy shield, a harassment blocker, and an unfairness umbrella. You literally have a toolkit. The only question left is, now that you know what's in it, how are you going to use these tools to protect yourself?
I got money in the bank. Yeah.